for near for ye mo be a quabado be for 1GH. So what I share announce and then first time I bounce or any new book so now I subscribe my CB news banner should be a notification phone so no be shuffling so a man for so be more down for so for me and cancer something. A year honorable Habib Idrisu and on a year minority for neither Bɛgs Mahama Senke Bia or more appointed a year Zenator Rawlings and a year somewhere a year Atamis as a year the late a year Professor Atamis no or Mobuseni be back or more appointed no or more pleaded with John Dramani Mama say ministers are worried or promising Ghanaians so bedding or by appointing 60 ministers so far no or appointed a 56 ministers in Tinkebia on the years there were President John Dramani yes, rewa. Ebeya the appointed Zenator Rawlings no bede. Ombra no be minister no obey minister or many bits magipa because up to now no as the founder of the again this amanyuko no inye who appointment be a Zenator Rawlings side wenya amase say no honorable Habib a requesting Ebeya sani manedi NC. After that no yebehwe niema ebeka eye niema course of parliament ama eye honorable NPP on say NPP ni bi transfer by the strategy eye Nima Air Cost of Finance Minister near the day, and no Rebecca, a speaker now, what is the scene? I can't say you are bombarding the house. As a word, disturb the house because Nima now are you trying to address the issue or you are trying to attack an issue? You may understand because I didn't know can a MP back sorry no catch and say I didn't know can ask a one casa woman we out we would win the air coso. Because I am our one seminar, you dig I others casting what that you need to have no feeding. I go fast as we are basing anxiety. Ye and this casting one. I know, and I'm a speaker not be more or the enemy go as a cacaide. A massa MP or the enemy go aside at answer. Come near a moment in a bar, needing commercial at us.
Habib. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to start from where Honorable Dr. Kabiru ended and to also appeal to the majority leader. On our side, after the amendments to the committee, we have our records ready and that was sent to the selection committee. So members are supposed to be in various committees, but for the fact that the majority side hadn't sent their own amendment to the selection committee, so it is still a problem. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the chairman of the business committee when we should be expecting the mid-year budget. It's so important and critical because your finance minister is not spending, and sometimes he says he's waiting for mid-year budget. When the nurses strike, you said they were not budgeted for. So the nurses are also of the view that maybe mid-year budget, if it comes early, whatever their concerns were, may be incorporated into the mid-year budget. So it is critical. The Minister for Education is here. Ask him whether they have released money to him up to 6 months into his ministry. And also, so probably majority of them. That is why you see many of the ministers and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources in the chamber because they don't have releases. They can't sit in their ministry. That is why they are always in the chamber. If they sit in the ministry, there is nothing that they can do because there's no releases. No releases. That is why you are here. Go to your ministry. You are always here. The majority leader will always boast that I have my ministers in the chamber because there are no releases at the ministry. They cannot be there to work. That's why they are always here. They are hiding in parliament. You have additional responsibility. You cannot use parliament as a hiding place. You have additional responsibility. As ministers, go to your ministry and work. And also on the ministers, I want to find out from the chairman of the business committee, President Mahama.
Honorable, I think enough with that.
No, I'm moving to another question. Okay. Majority Leader President Mahama promised all of us, Ghanaians, that when he'll be appointing 60 ministers. He hasn't appointed 60 ministers. He has 56 ministers. And it is 6 months along the line since he promised Ghanaians. So when is the president bringing the remaining 4? I know that 10 people from the side have already been promised about the 4. You can see Asim North. You can see the former president, Brother Mills, and they are all there, the founder's daughter. None of them have been considered out of the 4, but 10 have been promised the minister. The founder, the founder of their party, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, former president,
Honorable Habib,
an MP has not been
Honorable Habib, enough.
When are we expecting the 4 additional ministers, majority leader, and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Speaker, they're not the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, The Honorable Haruna Idrisu will always say that we should follow due process, and where the Constitution provides for something for us to follow, we should. Article 268 on the mining lease agreement. That man, you're supposed to bring the agreement to Parliament before you extend that. You have always promised that you will bring it. Majority Chief Whip raised it, and you have not been able to bring the agreement on the Honorable for ratification.
Habib,
when will he bring it?
Honorable Habib, like I said to Member for Clare, if you have issue of urgent nature, can come by way of urgent statement or urgent.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, I want to find out. I want to appeal to the chairman of the committee to program the minister responsible for lands and natural resources to brief us on Galamsey, because Galamsey is everywhere, and now he's saying that it is chiefs and DCs who are going. And I want to find out whether
I'm providing information. I am providing information. He is not current. The issue has been dealt with.
Honorable members.
Yes.
Honorable members, why wouldn't you allow him? Then afterwards, someone will speak.
But even I'm a point of order. You can't come on a point of order against me.
Honorable
know
leader.
The rules.
Honorable leader, you are
I
a leader.
know the rules.
Once he finishes, I'll give you the opportunity.
I am on a point of order. You can't come on a point of order against me. Learn the rules.
Honorable Yindam, please resume your seat. Let me finish.
Mr. Speaker,
Once he finishes, I'll give you
the issue has been dealt with, so there's no need for my colleague to repeat it or raise it here. The monies have been paid.
Well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, minority deputy whip.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, the second deputy majority whip is completely out of place in his response. We have the chairman of the business committee, who is the majority leader, who presented the business statement. If concerns from members are raised, it is the majority leader who has to respond, not the deputy whip. So what he is doing is completely out of order and shouldn't be encouraged. Rather than that, members will now be responding to members in terms of concern being raised. But he's not the one to respond. He's completely out of order.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, indeed is right. The leader of the House is capable of responding to any other issue. So, honorable member, just conclude for me.
Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, please, if you give me just 2 more minutes because of the interjection. Mr. Speaker, I want to place on record. Mr. Speaker, I'm a former district chief executive. And Mr. Speaker, the development of this nation, as rightly put by the majority and the finance minister, hinges on local governance and decentralization. And Mr. Speaker, as at this afternoon, 1 p.m., the monies has not hit the account of the municipal district assemblies. It has not. That is a fact. Mr. Speaker, in concluding, Mr. Speaker, the minister made, Mr. Speaker, respectfully, I plead with my members on the other side that I have made this point, and please, this is about the development of this country. And if we are making such issues, it's important for
honorable,
in concluding,
honorable member, you raised the issue.
Yes.
We have corrected you that this is a business statement. What we intend doing next week. I mean, if you have an issue, you can come by way of statement. You can come by way of some urgent issue. Then you raise all these issues, but you don't just check in on commenting on business statement and just try to bombard the House with so many things. So please, this is a business statement. Let's deal with the business statement, which will actually concern what we are going to happen next week. So, Leader, do you want to respond to all the concerns already raised, or I should take more of them?
I agree with the honourable member about the composition of the report on the composition. You moved, okay. The report on the composition of the membership of ECOWAS and Pan-African Parliament. We are working very hard to. There's some disagreement, fundamental, between the two sides. We could use our numbers to railroad our way, but we want to build consensus and agree on it. So that is what is holding it. So you can as well talk to your leader. The composition of the ECOWAS and Pan-African Parliaments, there's a question about that. That's what I mean. And about the standing orders and the rule regarding you standing in your place, well, that's what it says, but also ultimately the discretion is that of the Speaker. You may not be standing in your place, but if the Speaker decides that you have caught his eye, he can give you the opportunity to speak. And as for the practice of leaders agreeing on who to speak, whilst it's common practice, I think that maybe the manner in which the speakers enforce it is what you may be complaining about. Maybe those people should always be on their feet, and then the speaker is guided by the list and pretends that it's a fair and democratic process, but then know that the indication from that side is that it has to be Mr. A or Mr. B. So it's the finesse with which we implement our understandings. As for the question being answered by ministers and deputy ministers, it's been a long-standing practice of this House that we seek leave and deputy ministers answer the questions. It's never been denied, except that it is always attended with a lot of drama and excitement, but ultimately leave is granted. But beyond ministers and deputy ministers, no other public or civil servant within any ministry will be allowed to answer questions at plenary. But if it is at committee, technocrats and civil servants may be permitted to respond to questions asked in relation to their sector. And then also, you notice that even for the independent constitutional body.
Honorable Dr. Kabiru.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me also commend the leader of the House for the brilliant statement. But two things, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I filed a question which has been suspended indefinitely to the minister responsible for trade and industries. She was supposed to appear the week before the last one and last week. Both the question was deferred because of her inability to come. I'm looking at the questions program for the ensuing week, and we still not find in the business statement questions program for the Minister for Trade. And Mr. Speaker, it's becoming too much of no-show. It's becoming too much of no-show for the Minister to keep on not coming to this House to answer the question. So, Mr. Speaker, I will want to urge the leader of the House to try and prevail on the Minister to take the questions of members of Parliament seriously, because it's been more than 1 month. She keeps on postponing the questions. The Minister responsible for trade. And even this week, the ensuing week, we don't have there's no expression of any question for her for the ensuing week. So we have to take it seriously, Mr. Speaker.
But what I know is
was
that
a normal question, but it was
he has written
Mr. Speaker, the question was even filed in the last meeting. She couldn't come, and this meeting, she has postponed it about 3 times. And I think it is not good for the House. Mr. Speaker, the last one has to do with composition of committees. I wanted to join in with the issue raised by my colleague. Aside the committees expressed in the other papers that we have seen. There are also standing and then select committees that have not been fully composed. I remember my colleague here, the MP from Nyang, he is supposed to be in the communication, Mr. Speaker, your committee, Information and Communication Committee. But each time he wants to appear, they say they have to ratify it by Parliament. So he has not attended any of our meetings because of this particular issue, and we are working. So all other outstanding committees, Mr. Speaker, we must ensure that we make the membership complete so that we can do our work. So I'm also, again, appealing to the leader to prioritize it so that in the ensuing week, we'll finish all standing and select committees so that members could get to work. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to start from where Honorable Dr. Kabiru ended, and to also appeal to the majority leader. On our side, after the amendments to the committee, we have our records ready, and that was sent to the selection committee. So members are supposed to be in various committees, but for the fact that the majority side hadn't sent their own amendment to the selection committee, so it is still a problem. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the chairman of the business committee when we should be expecting the mid-year budget. It's so important and critical because your finance minister is not spending, and sometimes he says he's waiting for mid-year budget. When the nurses strike, you said they were not budgeted for. So the nurses are also of the view that maybe mid-year budget, if it comes early, whatever their concerns were, may be incorporated into the mid-year budget. So it is critical. The Minister for Education.
Abusian for a parliament na I the parent as a nyasam gutwa. She say no justice for a Zenator because even NPP Amanyukune can say be a term no me appoint ministers no. And John Dramine my near Brea appoint a binonia diana, a binomusi allegations watch any adina. Amanda say no, a guide in time no. Afanya marking can put it to a year. John Dramine my name say like N11 said the founder of that a year partner any Samanyukono. The back is not Rawlings or sa partner and say any Samanyukono already or sao a year parliament. I didn't have to know the air appointing. A young one, some year the air appointing, it's in the be and comedy or more appointing my honorable a year, a baby juice already, and so then the request kakadi. Air to John Dramine Mamma name saying Kibia already or appoint some no appoint more a bit mamma a year or my giant stable. Now they will be very happy if that a year action is taken from a year or more kasemo nanka President John Dramine Mamma eti or musufe kaka anya sandia as a kwakwa is a bias kaka boom to more country hey Mr. President a John Dramine Mamma say we any name already on appointing we know and I know can about a year some more a atamis are him set down on or discipline one NPP or Parliamentary or a very brave man pa on say yes on to beat my eye jumane pa say enya samgutwa so honorable Habib enede ase wa calm down kaka na on a speaker ene a John Dramine Mamma ene or send some a heartful message de ma no as or kase opanacho a onye den on appoint sanko furi na appoint sanko furi a de nigie ene be den ebebo momo na they will be very happy if President John Dramine might take this action pan because Ghana for air requested so already by appointing now right now no and near air course meaning the Indian BBMPs for be air drives on bedding as a mobile already suspect a near my course of finance a ministry honor can of rather come by honorable Adams brand or Nima Ben or after the moment many to stand money more interest although you are all Ghanaians but money is the money more interest a year near my air course of finance minister because our transfers give you common fund him now common final transfer no up to now can demo come here the almost fine you may be now almost a request to say media budget no it was some year the omoye that media budget in come here give it my bonuses for now I'm call strike and say in case near no got too many about the allowances a outdoor height allowances 13-month allowances a whole lot original one want as a full allowances allowance be o mo ka say bi mi hu ne say nyanse bia wom de nan so allowance we nya no me so mo pe e ma o me de o mo call strike e ma nipa bebre ne e hwe o mo nkwa a chena e yare ho semie pa e betodwa e mi hu that information na de na ekoso no na right now as we speak no e no me de o mo ka che e Honorable a year at force as the finance minister and say, NKB yom yede, omo that common from no shall say and spending no yede, omo finding ni may be in a Vamboa Ghana, or do brown or more power no, ye should have whom be on freedom to yede to speak, but go for you now, because I heard you more the on to your massy. Was sorry, Kikawadri, and then a honorable back on say MDC MPI, why they also are shutting it down. Ye Palma speaker comparing a supporting or cancer. Are you trying to address an issue or you are trying to attack an issue? Because Neman can unity in the night. And never be no cause of parliament to beat my day. Archie or comment. Says beating to a sham more down for so any biashe. A high Alpha 1G, Akroma.